Yeah, welcome once more again to Agri Empower, the Agri Empower Television. I will just briefly again re-echo the teaching that we've done on poultry. And you need to know poultry is a lucrative business. And this video, please always subscribe as it meant your name. Subscribe. So we will be talking about poultry. We will look at the clarity. We will not allow you to be confused. So we are looking at the profitable poultry business, not trial and error poultry business. Now let's look at why poultry farming. Why poultry farming? You need to go into poultry farming for these reasons. One, it is high protein demand in Nigeria, and Nigeria people need it. So you can see that you meet the gap, you fill the gap. So protein is now within a reach. Two, is fast turnover. For you as a business person, you can make more money. 6 to 8 weeks, you have called for money through boiler. Three, it is daily cash flow. For you who want continuous money flow into you, at least for years, some few years, you go into layers that will give you the cash flow. So, and four, you can start small. It is possible to start with 50 beds. So, and you are already in business. So you don't need somebody to employ you first and foremost, or give you, begin to change your certificate here and there. You can create work for people to work. You will get somebody to work with you. Now, it's scalable business model because you can expand, you can build, you can become a real business. It's scalable. So that is why you need to go about it. So poultry business management is driven. It's not luck. It is something you need to understand. So, and even the waste valorization can as well bring money. Now, let's quickly run through types of poultry enterprise that you can engage yourself into. One, broiler. Broiler is one enterprise that you can go into for the meat production. And this can be okay with 6 to 8 weeks. And we can also benefit by the high feed consumption. It consumes feed, but you will see it be converted to flesh. It's quick capital recovery. You can, all what you spend in a short moment, you get it back. So it's good for short-term cash flow for it. We have the layer, which we just talked about. This one is for egg production. Egg production. And we also, you can use it, you can start the layer at 18 to 21 weeks. Start laying. After 18 weeks to 21, you will start receiving eggs. Then it will be on long-term steady income continuously, but it requires little patience. You need to be patient. You need to wait. You don't need to be in haste. So those of you that have money to invest, please, it's a lucrative business on this. Then the third is Nona. That is an improved indigenous kind of poultry bed. One, it has dual purpose. It can be used for meat and it can be used for egg. So the meat is very tasty. So more than the broiler. And the egg is simply natural because it can actually take a natural organic food than the prepared one. So reduce feed cost or stress because it can actually eat anything, scavenge for food, and so it can reduce your cost of feeding. So that is one of the purpose. The high disease resistance, they always build to resist any kind of infection of this that are always easily affect the others. They are always of the high risk. That's why they can scarf even from the earth, take warm, eat, and they will still be better. So better meat taste, as I said. So it's suitable for beginner. So now I will ask, which of the model were you interested in and why? Though duck and others are part of poultry, but I want to put my teaching on this main aspect, which is more popular, so that we can understand. Now let's look at the strategy for you to start. So start small, don't start big. 50 to 100 beds is enough for you as a starter, a beginner. So learn before expanding. So use that to do a kind of trial and error. Don't go boom at once. You cannot learn some errors, learn some mistakes. Even sometimes the knowledge shared now are going to be shared more and more. You may not be able to take some of them into practice. You will not see that you learn it, but it's of low skill, of low effect. So you will not, now I have put it. You see the correction? Now that will help you to translate same into when you are expanding, because you have now started kind of standardize your operation. So now market before production. So don't start production before market. In other words, look where the demand, the demand is, the market is. Who are those making use of it? Restaurants making use of it, the hotels making use of it, places, estate, and other. They need this. So you have to ensure that there's a market before you start producing. So don't produce what, for example, you go to the village and produce this, where they are already having their own indigenous ones that they keep once anytime they like to kill and eat. Now, who will buy from you? But if you be to a place where definitely they needed it and they are looking for it, you have seen it, you started production and then create awareness that you have this and that, others will now be coming. So avoid emotional decision. Don't take decision based on what you just feel or reacting concerning or reactively. But you have to plan ahead, look what is workable, feasible, and then take a decision. Always calculate the feed cost, because the feed cost is about 70% over. So now you have to calculate it so that you're able to know, one, the cost of your production, two, the selling price, because you can't sell below and you must be above you cannot even put a profit margin when you have not known your cost of production. So these are the things. So profit in poultry is controlled by number, not excitement. So these are the things you need to look at. But quickly, before I round it up now, let's look at common mistake we who are beginner do make. One, you don't have proper brooding preparation. So it will affect you. You must have where to brood them from the beginning so that you will start growing them from there. So if you have those kind of infrastructure around and you have created, then you can actually start off. So two, you buy chic without market. You have now wanted to start off, you get buy chic to nurse or grow. Now you don't have market, you are going to run into loss. For overcrowding bed, now you do not know the space per meter, like 0.12 meters per meter squares per one bed. So if you have not calculated that, or ask a person to design such for you with that model, and you just pack them as 50 in a space that cannot contain 30, and then they are there, they cannot grow well. Though at the beginning they may contain there, but the growth rate will be affected, inhibited, and so because they're overcrowded and they may die, they may cannibalize, and they may get infected, and you will lose your everything. Then skipping vaccination. You don't need to skip vaccination. Vaccination from day one down to all the days. You need to follow it. No record keeping is very poor. This is another bad thing that can happen to a beginner. No record keeping is not too good at all. So let me give you assignment to work on, and maybe when I come and have time, I will talk about some of the housing problem we need to have. So which poultry model are you choosing? How many beds will you start with, and why? So this is Agri Empower. Please, for more video coming, subscribe. You'll get more insight, more understanding. Then share it with others. We are already on having a bootcamp for pepper. Please register now. Register now. It will be starting on the 13th to on the 17th of April this month. So we are already filtering registrants, and then we get yourself registered, put yourself into the compliance list, and then you will get trained and empowered. Thank you. Till we see you again. God bless you.